I was, I'll call it the first crew, the initial crew of the APAPA, when Cece and my father Peter, along with several key members such as Chilean and Vicky Beaton, founded APAPA. My goodness, I feel like it's nearly 25 years ago. And I was part of that group. And of course, I, was the youngest one amongst all of them. And they're like, Amy, why don't you go ahead and do the work and get things going? So here I am, nearly 25 years later, continue to be a volunteer to this wonderful organization. And I'm really, really happy to be here today to help kick off this Women's Leadership Conference. So with that, once again, thank you everyone for inviting me, and good morning. Welcome to the very first APAPA's Women's Leadership Conference. Special thanks to our National Executive Director, Yan Marshall, Marcia and Susanna for spearheading this, and the entire headquarter crew for putting this together. Today, you will hear from an impressive group of women leaders sharing their journey to great accomplishment along with the challenges they have overcome. APAPA is incredibly grateful to them for taking the time from their busy schedule and spending this Saturday morning with us. A prime example of giving back to the community. Speaking of giving back to the community, as I mentioned earlier, serving as a volunteer in the role of APAPA's National Senior Advisor is not only an honor, but a privilege. Remember, over 30 years ago, I came to this country as a teenager, along with my parents, Peter and Susan Huang, and my brother, Jesse, with only 8 suitcases, one in each one of our hands, started our American dreams. Barely speaking any English, my parents had to work multiple jobs to support the family. My brother and I worked throughout college to put ourselves through the higher education. It is true, it is through true endurance, hard work, and support from the community we became indoctrinated into this society. I went into public service right after college, with a strong sense of mission and purpose to serve the state of California. And then, as I mentioned earlier, after Cece, my dad Peter, and many of the founding members founded APAPA nearly 25 years ago, community service became a huge part of my life. The experience I gained by working with so many community members from all walks of life really taught me how to be a servant leader. Coupled with hard work, perseverance, and the support from my wonderful family, my husband Duper, my kids Alvin and Danielle, propelled me into where I am today, serving as the first California State Chief of Information Officer from a first-generation immigrant. This is an experience that simply is amazing, with mentorship from great role models such as Meili Tong, Controller Betty E, Mona Pascal, and many others, and the great privilege to work with community partners such as Lucy Oback. I'm very humbled to open this inaugural Women's Leadership Conference for APAPA. In closing, I want to give a special shout out to Cece and Georgina In. Despite the devastating impact to their ranch by the fire, they remain strong and positive. Despite the heartbreaking loss of their 28 years of oasis, they remain kind and generous. Just like they always do, during this hard time, they continue to offer free McDonald's to all of the first responders. Cece and Eugenia, you are truly inspirational. You are the heart and soul of APAPA and the community. Please know that you are not alone in this. We are all here for you, and we shall overcome together. Thank you.